John Gaxi here with 10-Minute Real Food, and today I have a roasted garlic hummus for you, so let's take a look. Alright, so today we're making a roasted garlic hummus, and to start off, we're going to start by roasting our garlic. So I just turned on my stove, and I'm going to take my garlic. I'm going to get some more smaller pieces, and I'm going to remove the shell. Put that in there. It's fairly simple. So by crushing the membrane, it's easier to remove that shell completely. You don't want any pieces in your hummus. There we go. Okay, that's a little tougher. Move on to that one. Good. Actually, we'll take one more. This one just needs to be crushed a little more. There we go. So very nice. And then what we do is I take some olive oil and I put it in there. And what I want to do is I just want to slightly roast it. So I'm going to put that in there, wait for it to sizzle. It's on medium-high. And then in the meantime, I'll go ahead and start everything else. So taking this is our garbanzo beans, and I wanted to mention this, actually you can use any kind of beans. You can use white beans, you can even use black beans. Garbanzos tend to be a little bit tougher than normal beans. But essentially that's what hummus is made out of. So I put that there. Give it a quick rinse. As you know, we're taking some of the salt away. We're removing some of the salt. And also we're degassing. Now there's a couple tricks. A lot of people who have made hummus find it hard, maybe because the bean is so hard and they can't get it to whip up in the blender. Well, I'll give you a couple tricks. I'll mention some of them, but I'm only going to use one. I put it in the food processor. You could warm them up a little bit with just a little bit of water on the stove and then put them in the blender. That softens the bean. Or you can also crush them beforehand, which is what I'm going to do. So you see here you're battling with two blades instead of just one bottom blade, and so that's what I want to help you understand that you can do that. All right, so the garlic is sizzling here. So it's not quite roasted; it's just cooking. But you can smell it. Well, you can't smell it. I can smell it. But you can pretty much see what's going on. So that's what I want to do. And you've probably seen it in some of my previous shows that I've done that. So just a little bit more. I'm going to turn it down. And now this is what I'm going to do. The way I build the hummus is I start with the wet ingredients at the bottom and then the dry ingredients on top, because that helps get things moving. So I'm going to start off with the lemons. And I rub them this way because that releases the juices. Sometimes your lemons can be a little hard. That releases the juices. Alright, let me remove the garlic. So I turn it off. As you can see, maybe they were there for a minute or so. But I just want to remove them from the heat. I cut the lemon. And depending on how lemony you like your hummus, then you just add accordingly. Some people like more of a more of a lemon flavor. Some people like more of a garlic flavor. Some people like more of the nutty flavor that we'll be adding later. Just really depends, you'll get a feel. I tried to balance all three. So we have the lemon. Lemon juice. And you could always add more later if you want. Good. Then we add the tahini. Now the tahini is just sesame seeds. It's ground up sesame seeds. So you can do one of two things. You could buy this tahini, which looks kind of like this. Looks kind of like really runny peanut butter or soft peanut butter. And this is actually came out of the fridge, so you don't have to keep it out. You just mix it up, or you can just put in the same amount of sesame seeds. So this gives it a really nutty flavor, which I'm sure you've distinguished when you've had hummus. The other thing we're going to add, obviously, is a good olive oil. So I added just regular olive oil. It's not extra virgin or anything. To the garlic because it has a higher smoking point, but adding a good extra virgin olive oil to this because I'm not cooking it, so you notice it's a darker, richer color. Good, a little bit more. And then I add some salt, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. And then of course we add our garlic, roasted garlic. As you can see there, very nice with the oil. So it's roasted garlic with garlic oil. Get that in there. Make sure I have everything. Good. Now I'm going to add in our beans, our garbanzo beans, ground garbanzo beans. It's almost like garbanzo flour. Add it all in there. Let me put it in there. Very nice. And then we put our lid on and we start it. Now the nice thing about this blender is that you have this thing here, this gizmo, that helps you move it around and get everything incorporated. Now the thing about hummus is that it should have some body. It shouldn't be runny. So if you're working with a lower quality blender, you'll have to add more liquid. Most lower quality blenders just can't hold this much consistency. So you can always do what I did, but in a food processor. It won't be as smooth, but you won't have a hard time. See, it should look like this. It should hold to a spoon like that. Okay, it shouldn't be runny. Otherwise, you just won't get the same taste, the same essence that we have here. So, pretty good. I think it just needs a little bit more salt. That's excellent. And that's it. So very nice, very nicely flavored. So let me show you how I like to eat it. Actually, let me show you how I like to present it. Some olive oil on top. I like to put some smoked paprika. Smoked paprika, for those of you who didn't hear me. Alright. And then of course you can use pita chips, but you know, for if you're trying to watch what you eat, instead of, these are carbs obviously because of the beans. So instead of eating it with pita chips, which of course would be delicious, but why not take this opportunity to make something good with vegetables? Get a celery stalk here. rinse. And this is what I did. So you cut those like that. You can cut these lengthwise or long, or you can also cut them like veggie chips. That's an option as well. And then these, I take off the ends and I cut them lengthwise like this. So you would just want to keep your knife at about a 45-degree angle. And just be careful not to cut yourself. So see, doesn't that look more colorful than pita chips or bread or tortilla chips? So there you have it. This could be a meal in itself. Or a snack if you prefer. Doesn't that look nice? Well, enjoy. Because I know I am. Very tasty. I'll see you next time.